Hello, Cougars. It's Mrs. Bellatash, and I'm in the garden. I tried to get close to all the plants so that I could kind of feel like I was in a forest. We don't live in a forest, so it's harder for me to do that. But I'm going to read to you this book about life in a rainforest and being surrounded by these plants. It's kind of helping me get into the mood of the rainforest. Okay, life in a rainforest. What are rainforests? A rainforest is a large area of land covered with trees and plants. Rain falls almost every day in a rainforest. Well, that's very different from here, right? We don't have rain very often. It's a beautiful green, lush area. Rainforests grow near the equator. They also grow along some sea coasts. So it's so green, and you can see that most of them, here's the equator on a map of the world, and because the equator gets so much sunlight and it's so warm, it's a great place to have lots of tropical animals and plants. Rainforest. Rainforest animals. Snakes hunt in rainforest trees. They also slither across the rainforest floor. I don't know if I told you before, but I used to have a snake. I like snakes. They're beautiful animals. Tree frogs hop onto tree branches. They eat insects. Many tree frogs are bright colors. So boys and girls, a lot of times when an animal has a lot of beautiful bright colors like that, it's because it's a warning system to telling animals, don't eat me, I'm poisonous. Apes swing from vines high in the rainforest canopy. That is a cute little ape, isn't it? Rainforest plants. Tall trees keep the rain from soaking into the ground. The tops of tall trees form the rainforest canopy. So isn't that interesting? Even though it rains all the time, because the trees are so tall and there's so many leaves, a lot of the water doesn't even make it to the bottom, down to the ground in the rainforest. Figs grow on fig trees in rainforests. Birds and monkeys eat figs. Well, I'm not a big bird or a monkey, but I like figs. I love figs. I think I have figs almost every day. Ferns grow on the forest floor in the canopy's shade. Ferns have many narrow leaves. And boys and girls, do you see how big they are? So even though the plant is on the bottom of the rainforest, it's on the floor of the rainforest, because it has such big leaves, it catches as much light as it can. Living together. Rainforest animals live in the trees or on the ground. Many plants grow in rainforests. Rainforests are full of life. Hello, Cougars! So now I'm in front of some other plants, some lush green environment making me think of the rainforest. So I have these cards that are all about the rainforest, and I wanted to read a little bit about them to you, and then we're going to draw a picture and write a little something about the rainforest. Okay, so the first one is about a palm tree, okay? A palm tree. So, these palms grow in the full sun, and they make their food from sunlight. This process is called photosynthesis, right? We learned about that when we were talking about plants. So, it's a plant. It lives in the rainforest. It's predators. Predators are animals that eat it, are snails, walking sticks, and bark beetles. And an interesting fact about it is that a bark beetle will eat the outer part of the seed. If this happens, the seed of the palm will not grow. Wow, so the palm seed needs to have both the inner and the outer part. Okay, so this is a palm tree, and it's very common in a rainforest. Okay, the next one is a mushroom. And mushrooms grow in the leaf litter and in damp, dark places on the ground. They get food from wood, plants, and especially plants and animals that have died. So one of the great things about mushrooms is that they're something called a decomposer. They break down dead plants and animals and they recycle them. So they're really good recyclers. They live in a rainforest and they live in the temperate forest. Their predators are snails and molds. And an interesting fact, most of a mushroom is actually underground. We usually see just the part that is above ground. Okay, the next animal is a fruit bat. A fruit bat. Fruit bats live in caves and in holes in trees. They eat fruit, such as bananas and mangoes. They also eat pollen and nectar from flowers and some insects. I bet that fruit bats are also helping to pollinate flowers. They are a mammal. They live in the rainforest. Their predators are owls, snakes, and hawks. And this is an interesting fact. A female bat has only one baby each year. Okay, so a bat lives in the rainforest. Ooh, this is a cool one. A walking stick. A walking stick. The walking sticks live on plants and bushes on the forest floor. And they eat plants such as peppers, palms, and hibiscus. So they live in the rainforest, a temperate forest, and also the grassland. Their predators are spiders and geckos. This is their interesting fact, they are active at night and are often found on pepper plants, so they're nocturnal. I did not know that they were nocturnal. That's an interesting fact to me. Okay, next one, gecko. I love geckos, boys and girls, you know that. Okay, geckos live in the leaf litter. They also live on plants and bushes on the forest floor. They eat isopods, fleas, termites, millipedes, and walking sticks. Uh-oh, they eat walking sticks. They live in the rainforest. Their predators are red-tailed hawks, snakes, rats, and centipedes. And an interesting fact, unlike other geckos, this gecko is active during the day. So some geckos are nocturnal and some are not. This one is not. All right. Oh, a red-tailed hawk. Ooh, that's beautiful. So the red-tailed hawk nests high above the ground in tall trees, and they eat rabbits, bats, frogs, geckos, and mice. Okay, red-tailed hawk. It lives in the rainforest, in the desert, and the temperate forest. So that's good. It has lots of different places it can live. Its predators are larger hawks, eagles, and snakes. And an interesting fact, a female red-tailed hawk lays 1 to 3 eggs that hatch in just 1 month. So in like 28 days. I have some red-tailed hawks that live near my house. They're really beautiful. Okay, centipedes. Centipedes live on the forest floor. They also live on plants and bushes. They eat small frogs, lizards, butterflies, and other insects. Habitat. They live in the rainforest, in the temperate forest, the desert, and the grassland. So they live in lots of different places. Their predators are frogs, geckos, owls, and red-tailed hawks. And, interesting fact, centipede means 100-legged worm. I don't think it actually has 100 legs. I guess I'd have to count all of them. Okay, centipede. And the last animal that I have to show you is the caracolus snail. These snails live on plants and bushes on the forest floor. They eat plants such as peppers, palms, and hibiscus. Okay. Habitat. They live in the rainforest. Their predators are small lizards and frogs. Their adaptation, their interesting fact is that snails can live up to 10 years. Wow, that's a long time for a snail to live. Okay, so now boys and girls, what I did is that I took the information that we gathered from the book that we read and the information from those cards, and I drew a picture. So here's my picture. So I have lots of tall trees that would be up in the canopy, and then I have a lot of things down near the forest floor that have big leaves, right? So they catch a lot of sunlight. And then I put all of the animals in my picture that we talked about. I've got the hawk, I've got a snail, I've got mushrooms, I've got a gecko, I've got a centipede, I've got a bat. I'm not a very good artist, but there you go. And what are these supposed to be? Oh, walking sticks. So I tried to put all of the pictures all those animals in the picture that I drew. And then I wrote a few sentences about the rainforest. The rainforest gets a lot of rain. It usually rains every day. Most rainforests are found near the equator in warm climates. There are many different plants and animals that live in the rainforests. All of those plants and animals are adapted so they can thrive in a warm, humid environment. So I wrote something about it. So boys and girls, what I would like you to do is I would like you to draw a picture of a rainforest, give me some details about it, and write a few sentences about what you learned about the plants and animals that live in a rainforest. All right, next week we're going to learn about a different habitat. See you later, Cougars.